welcome my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this void, of course, full moon? We'll talk about that in a minute. To the new moon in Virgo in September. I'm your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Production since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, now available on Kindle, links in the description box. The Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi, hey my Leos, I am Mars conjunct Leo rising if you can't tell. So this one, I got the Virgos next. We'll talk about that in a minute too. My birthday is coming up. And I have Venus in Libra, so I call this the gamut, right? I try and keep myself out of the readings, but sometimes even when I think I'm not in it, while I'm editing, I'm like going, oh, I'm in there. It's in there, like Prego. So if you're new to the channel, a 7-card draw, an 8-card draw, whatever the number is, in this case 7, is 1 card from 7 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints that you need. So what do I need? Reading Ask the Divine. What do I need for a specific timeline? We are looking at the full moon on August 22nd. That is a Sunday. It goes void, of course, the same time it goes full or close to at 8:02 a.m. Eastern Time. I am from New York, and you know how shy we are in New York telling people where we're from. And then we are looking at a waning moon reading, right? Shrinking, releasing, dissolving, forgiving, alchemizing from lead to gold to the new moon in Virgo, Monday, Labor Day, September 6th. My birthday. So unfortunately, it goes new at 8:52 p.m., which means we're in a dark moon weekend in Leo, essentially, for Labor Day weekend if you're in the U.S. So yeah, I will certainly be casting that night. Hopefully it will be somewhat sober, but that's also why I am trying to get some stuff done ahead of time, so maybe I can take that weekend off for my birthday, maybe travel a little, we shall see. If you want to book a reading with me, it's easy as pie. I never reach out to people on the internet asking them if they want reading, so if anybody does that, that ain't me. And if you're unsure, ask them to, whoever may do that, name your 3 black cats in age order from oldest to youngest. It's like a password. But I did a video about it. How to book a reading with me, booking a reading with Mel. More about what happens before, during, and after a reading, but certainly the before is how to contact me, all that jazz, picking the video platform, the payment method, and I will do face-to-face if, you know, you got the thing, if you know what I'm talking about. And you have to be local. And occasionally, if you are one of my friends or clients that has already been to the house, you're more than welcome to come. Just give me 48 hours and clean the house. Other than that, it's a general read, you know that. Check your other signs to get more information about the situation we're about to look at here that you need to be aware of. Or maybe another, right? Because your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus can get different perspectives. Your moon sign's going to be a little bit more emotional, intuitive than maybe your sun sign, so to speak, for the same situation, but maybe it's something else completely different. Other than that, all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, along with other links to my Vimeo on demand stuff. My book is in there. The Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group. The link is in there. And as well as the DrawingTheCircle Productions Facebook page. On my Twitter and Instagram, it's all down there. Follow along because I am a crap ton of fun. Otherwise, let's do this, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from the divine through these decks to you. Please take a nice deep breath. And away we go. Downloading, buffering, buffering. As I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, the totems and animal spirits, a new deck, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons, celestial, terrestrial, all traditions, all lineages. Please, we're going to start with the Caroline Mace archetype deck. What is the dominant archetype? Soul power being alchemized from lead to gold, toxic to healthy, in their 8th chakra, affecting everything else going on below it. Can be their archetype, somebody else's situation, holographically can be all of that. for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, but particularly for the void of course full moon in August to new in Virgo. The Mediator, a wisdom family archetype, and one that for me comes for a season. I don't have it lifelong. What's called a Chronos archetype. It comes and goes, but usually lasts for like a period of 6 months. That would definitely be for a season. What's called a Kairos archetype. Read Carolyn Mace's Sacred Contract. She goes into all of that. But sometimes it just comes into your life for a reason. Again, this could be you, somebody else, a situation, all of that, some of that, where you're looking at the shadow attribute. This is a shadow read, which is about shadow work. Negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. It's putting your thumb on the scale. That's favoritism, nepotism, right? And it can be in business, it can be in relationships. Again, it's a general read. But what the alchemy offers you here in the light from lead to gold, lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table, so those 3 atoms need to be released. A gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. And boy, do we need the mediators on the planet while we're going through this ascension. People are like, oh, planetary ascension, how lovely. It ain't a cakewalk, honey. It's alchemy. All of the shadow, all the lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions collectively, individually, and the ancestral patterning, all boiling to the surface. So, for a Leo to deal with that and be fair, right? To be courageous enough to be fair. Okay, so that's the 8th chakra dynamic. Now we'll look at the next 4. The crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the interior world, your feminine energy, your yin dynamic, whatever you want to call it. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my goddesses of fire and the sign of Leo. Please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. Watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of inside of themselves? Heart, third eye, crown chakra dynamic. That's usually where the alchemy of shadow work is going on from lead to gold. Right, all that healing, and as one of us does a little bit, it heals a little bit in everybody. So what is it they need to be aware of with this mediator archetype in the alchemical process, this full to new? The Leo card, the sun card. Light it up, baby. Let your light shine. Let your light shine at full capacity. This is not just an open heart, this is an open mind, right? There is clarity. In my book, Words of Grace, I'm not going to plug it too much. I wrote it during a dark night of the soul, saved my life writing that book, and it's helped a lot of people since. All written in my voice, which is fun. Oh, the butterflies are back! I've got a black monarch outside my door. I'm going to take that as a sign of transformation. Thank you very much. But there is the grace of fortitude and the grace of healing in the heart, the grace of knowledge and the grace of clarity in the third eye to let your light shine, as well as you could look at solar plexus dynamic, but that's the next card, the lower 3 chakras we'll look at. So this is real happiness. This is like really shining your light. And for, I'm gonna say, for a waning moon read, this is really, really good, illuminating yourself, hence making, I would think, the shadow work a little bit easier. Right, so you to see clearly, so that you can kind of balance that fair distribution of power. Interesting. Let's see what's going on the outside. Are you looking from the outside in at yourself, or you looking from the inside out at some aspect of the physical world? But it would affect the lower 3 chakras in some way, and it can be all of that too. Breathe. As I call upon my gods of fire and the sign of Leo, please, one card in clarity for my beloved Leo Pride family, my Leo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of in the lower 3 chakra dynamic, the physical, the literal level of power, their survival intuition to negotiate either from the outside looking in, the inside looking out, or all of that put together? To help them with this mediator archetype, get them some clarity, but with the sun within them, and feel the clarity is in there. It's endemic. It's the truth of who they are shining through. Perfect for Leo. So what do you got for them this full to new August, September? Two of Wands. Darling, you've got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? Crossroads. Jason of Jason and the Argonauts. Two wands in his hands. Deciding whether to go into the cave. Here, I'll get closer. I'm wearing jeans. Don't worry. Right? See, that's Chiron, the wounded healer, the centaur, the Centaur in the cave, ready to issue the quest that Zeus has put forth to deal with getting the golden fleece. It's a long story. It's a good myth, but he's also like, nah, maybe I'll just keep, do I take the quest or don't I? Okay. Carl Jung, White Courtesy Telephone, The Hero's Journey, right? Joseph Campbell's in the house. It doesn't go well when the hero denies the call of the hero's journey. It just never goes well. Think Star Wars, first movie, right? He's like, nah, I'm going to hang out. Sand people, right? It never goes well. Forces you to take it. So, there's some courage needed here, certainly, but you are at a crossroads in some way, shape, or form. Maybe if you've been placed in a place of mediation where you're pretty clear on the inside, but what do you do? Right? Or maybe this is about a situation that you are in, that you have to make a fair, balanced judgment call in some way, shape, or form as a mediator. Okay, the Voices of the Ascended Masters. We're not using the bookie book for this one. The last two decks I'm doing that. I try and keep it to a minimum here on the channel with the bookie bookness. But this is the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Very helpful to me. It's why I don't really need the bookie book. If it was the only one that had a bookie book, I would do that. But I've worked all of these mantras now for over a year and a half, so I get the vibe of them. And Masters fill in the rest. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, not getting a soul contract or necessarily a healing thing here. We got a wisdom family archetype on the table, so please. My beloved Ascended Masters General Assembly. One card in clarity for the Leo Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the perfect healing mantra that they can focus upon, right, through this shadow period, through the waning moon, but those last 3 days, right? Dark moon in Leo going to new moon in Virgo might be a little tricky for us. So what is the perfect healing mantra to help us alchemize this mediator archetype with the sun inside and the Two of Wands on the outside? What do you got for us this void, of course, full moon in August to new moon in Virgo, September 2021? Inspiring others. I dig it. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. Now, the soul, this is Matt Kahn's stuff, I love him. The soul is raw. It respects, acknowledges, and welcomes, right? It's the eternal part of us. It is love, essentially. The ego is at war. It worries, anticipates, and regrets. So this is a direct movement to your soul, which is probably shining out your heart, but of course this is about the throat chakra as well, to inspire others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. Now that might not be so easy, but certainly you can start that as an internal process here, really bringing it into the light of the divine within you, trying to make the most loving, wise, empowered mediation, balancing act here. By really focusing on, well, what are their gifts? Everybody's got them. I mean, you have the gift of pissing me off is, a gift. I mean, it still is. And just remember, if someone gets triggered or you gets triggered, it's not the fault of the person who triggers it. It's really not. It's subconscious, and otherwise why would it be called a trigger? It's like stepping on a landmine that you didn't know about, they didn't know about. Just keep that in mind in this time where triggering is it's happening for us to heal us so that we clear ourselves out of these patterns that are based on what? Regret, anticipation of the future, trying to avoid pain, right? And worry. Right? Worry, war, W-A-R, regret is the third one. Little verbal reversal there. So I love this. I mean, inspiration with the sun inside of you, that can at least buy you some time, right? In a mediation situation, if you indeed are the mediator here, so that you can what? Respect. The ego does not respect, it regrets. The soul respects both sides of an argument. So see the gifts of both people. They might just be looking at the same thing differently, because who doesn't, right? Perception is not necessarily truth. The sun does not rise in the east and set in the west. The earth rotates on an axis, folks, right? So here we go. The voices of the higher selves of all involved. The Whispers of Love Oracle. I love this one, but it can totally change the tone of the reading in an instant. Please take a nice deep breath. Because why wouldn't the higher selves, as they call upon the higher selves of all involved here? Obviously, mediation involves somebody. I'm sure there's a soul contract in play here. But please, what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, or insight, meaning from the higher selves, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, to help them alchemize this mediator situation in the 8th chakra with that light, that strength, that happiness, that sun, that clarity in their heart, third eye, crown, 2 wands, root, sacrum, solar plexus, and the sacral chakra is umbilical relationships, one-on-one, so I guess I could say this is between them and another person, or maybe them and 2 people, but it seems like the crossroads is there to give them a pause before moving forward, but that they can be inspiring others, right? Helping others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. What's your message for them, please, higher selves of all involved, this full to new? Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions, which I feel like this puts you in the situation of being the mediator between people, places, things. You got to take that as it hits you, and hence this crossroads in decision. Well, get that. Express your love through action, and it can be said that sometimes inaction is the wisest thing, and I think you are getting this pause here to do that, and action as well can be verbalization. But take your time, right? It's like making these kind of decisions during a waning moon isn't always the best deal, but it is good to help weed the garden, so to speak, right? So that you can take action come new moon or after. Digging it. You ready for the new deck? Unless you've been watching your other signs that have done already. The Divine Animals Oracle. It's so cool. Look at the size of this bookie book for only 44 cards. It is thick. It is very, very thick. A lot of information in microscopic fonts. I'm going to use my magnifying glass just for parts of it, if not all of it. So these are the totems and the spirit animals. There's a difference, and maybe I should do a video on that. They're just not the same thing, but it's too much to go into right now. Please take a nice deep breath. The Cancerians just got the lioness. That would be cool if it came up twice, regardless. I call upon the totems and the animal spirits. Please, what is the oracle message from the Divine Animal Oracles by Stacey Demarco that they most need to hear, integrate, look into, journey with, look up? Any of that, dealing with this mediator archetype in their 8th, the sun on the inner, 2 wands on the outer, inspiring others, helping them feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts, that they may take action, so their actions may speak loudly, expressing their love. Express your love through your actions, so that they can do that clearly, wisely, open heart, clear mind, but also very empowered, fair, balanced decisions here, this full to new. Well, close. You got the links. It's feline. It is definitely feline. You got to see this card. The artwork here is just off the scale. Gorge. Look at me, God, girl. It's so gorge, right? The links. That's funny. My mom got a kitten last year. His birthday was 8, 9. I was a week ago today from when I'm doing this. My little brother Jojo, because they're not pets, they're family in my tribe. And he's a Himalayan, but he has the lynx marking. He's a Leo nightmare, but we love him. Cutest thing ever. Let me read you what's here. And you got Raven at the bottom of the deck. That's probably for me. I wonder if there's a Raja too. Toot or boot. Card number 2, all right, so we're early on here, still getting used to this deck, and there's a lot of information. I'll tell you what the categories are, but I think I'm only going to read the last one, but we will start with the description. Here we go. Card number 2, links. Secrets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Secrets. Your word is your bond. Do not gossip or entertain gossip, as all may not be as it seems. I think that's what that 2 of Wands is about, like hearing both sides, and you're realizing that a lot of it can be gossip. Be shrewd about who you share your confidential information with. You know, didn't someone get the now? Taurus got the gossip archetype. It is about honoring trust and the toxicity of people getting that jolt of power after sharing confidential information. You might want to check that out should you have any planets there or are dealing with a Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. A little mystery can be a good thing. Oh yeah. But keeping secrets that are detrimental to others may not be. That's called the sin of omission, and it's no fun for empaths. There is some news worth sharing, but be discerning. Like if you've made this decision, but you don't know how to take action on it. Now, they go into the mythos. We're not going into the mythology. We're not going there. It's too long. And they talk about the animal itself, like what its habits are and its natural habitat. But this lovely little section called the magic. Why wouldn't we? Please take a nice deep breath. Link's magic can be utilized when you need to keep a secret or stop gossip. You can also take off his shirt, turn it inside out, and pinch it in a door. Well-trained witch. It is the perfect magic to weave when you are making a vow to yourself or another. A magic that is wild in its nature but focused on its intent. Ensure you are clear and with your intentions up front. Right? So if you make a vow with somebody, I am under blood vows of confidentiality. That's just one of the things woven into this thing I've been wearing for my readings for a while. I've had it for decades. Blood vows of confidentiality to the gods, which is why you want me for a reader, because no one will know what went on in your reading or your spiritual counseling. That's just how I roll, and how many secrets come my way every day. Feels like hundreds, right? And just put it in the vault. Little Seinfeldian philosophy for you there. So with inspiring others, as long as you're authentic about that, right? You're not just bullshitting people, and empowering them, inspiring them by saying, but you know, I hear what you're saying, but they really are very, very smart in this particular area. And you can say, yeah, no, I hear what you're saying about them, and I know that's maybe some gossip going around, but this person's heart is really in the right place, right? So, you know, if that's the action that you take, even that, just inspire them and say, and you are so smart, and you are so warm and loving. You get what I'm saying, but in the meantime, mum's the word. You might know exactly the tea that is here to be spilled, but will you spill it? Certainly I would wait till a new moon before that. A new moon in Virgo, you're probably really practical about it as well, but maybe not on Labor Day proper. Okay, last card down. We are doing the Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empowered, called Blessed Be by who? Who is the author? Lucy Cavendish. Oh, I love her so. I didn't know her personally, but I love her work. Was that Dublin? I can't help it. I took too many speech and dialect classes in high school and college. I went to the Boston Conservatory of Music, Dance and Theatre, darling. That's why I'm good at accents, but I slide all over the UK. Alright, this is the Pantheon of Pantheons, all Pantheons, right? Cultural, traditional, celestial, starseed, whatever. Let's see what is the blessing they've placed upon you. And of course, I will read the full blessing from the bookie book and then give you the personal blessing that comes through me. Putting it all together, please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the Pantheon of Pantheons, please, one card in clarity for the Leo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video. Receiving this reading, what is the blessing you place upon them to help them with this shadow work? Moving into the light attribute of the mediator as much as possible with a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument with the sun shining within them, that clarity, that truth, and maybe even that courage of that open-heartedness. With that Two of Wands on the outer, some indecision here at a crossroads, but inspiring others, acknowledging the gifts of the other, to the other as well as to each. It feels like, and keep yourself wrapped up in that too. You know, if you got a gift for being a mediator, blessed be the world needs it. But so that as the higher selves say, their actions can speak loudly. And it feels like they're going to be speaking something here, expressing their love through their actions, which might absolutely be, I am not being in the middle of this anymore. I love you both. You want mediation? Hire somebody. Unless you're a mediator. Unless you're like a legal mediator. I was raised by a lawyer. My mother divorced my father, married her stepfather. Married my stepfather, her divorce lawyer. I just visited them, blah, blah, blah. All right, here we go. Pantheons and Pantheons. This is a very high vibe. Very, very high, fun vibe. And I feel like you guys are going to kind of skate through this if you play your cards right. Mixing some metaphors there. What's the perfect blessing for the Leo collective this full to new? Blessings on a journey. Now, I know this deck enough that this may be a literal, a metaphoric, a hero's journey, all of that, some of that. And by the way, you do represent as Jason of the Argonauts, definitely one of the earlier Greek heroes in mythology. Now, I don't know if you can see her face. She's right in the moon there. There she is, right? So a journey, sort of looking over her shoulder, that redhead vibe there. Card number 22, and I only need the magnifying glass for the little microscopic italic that they put under the card. Now let's give you this blessing for real. Please take a nice deep breath. Card number 20, a blessing on a blessing on a journey. Card number 22, I skipped it. Card number 22, a blessing on a journey. A blessing on your time away from home and on the road. A blessing on the in-between, the liminal space, the borderlands you will inhabit. May the road you take be blessed as you begin this journey into the unknown. For while you may have plans and a map and compass to guide you, there is much that will surprise and amaze you. May the leaving of home be done with ease, knowing it will be safe until you return to its shelter once more. May you experience the joy of anticipation. Let the moment of embarkation be a great thrill when you take flight or board ship or cart or whatever vehicle that will see you safely across the miles. Let there be elation. May you encounter kindness upon the road, strangers who show you the very best of themselves, and may there be hospitality and delightful turns of good luck, serendipitous meanings, and quiet moments too, so you can fully absorb the adventures of each day. May the adventurous spirit within you be delighted by your wanderings, and may you relish to the full each day upon the strange road you are traveling. May the purpose of the journey be blessed, whether you leave excited or reluctant. May whatever trip it is you take be fulfilled in its spirit, and may the days fill themselves with future memories that will feed your soul for years to come. May the skies shine down upon you. May the plans you made be exceeded by their reality. May all go more than well for you. And when it comes time to return home, traveler, may your home open its arms up and take you in. And may there be friends with whom to tell the tales of the road and share the gifts you have returned with. Arrive home safely, enriched with discoveries, inspired and open-hearted, and full of love for this world we dwell within. For it is wondrous, and this you have found to be the truth. Blessed be. I mean, if this involves a literal journey, I mean, crossroads. Crossroads happen on journeys, right? In terms of taking action. I mean, this does change things. If this is literally about you mediating a travel, right? Well, for work, for family, for vacation, for whatever, then certainly that applies to this situation too. And with that lace card, maybe you shouldn't let on to anybody you're actually dealing with there. It is the card of secrets. Well, let's put it together. The blessings come from the divine, right? I'm plugged in, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, right? So this is going to be just another interpretation, but may the blessings serve for the well-being of all. Please take a nice deep breath. My beloved pantheons of the divine, please may the Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need. This void, of course, full moon in August to the new moon in Virgo September, that they may really take this pause given to them with the Two of Wands, this crossroads they find themselves in, because their actions certainly will speak loudly, expressing their love through their actions on a journey that is blessed, whether literal journey or symbolic journey, hero's journey, healer's journey, path of true love journey, mediating the situation with a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, and respect for both sides of an argument, so that they may inspire others, helping others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts, yet keeping their secrets, keeping things secret, keeping things safe, not tipping their hand, so to speak, of what their actions may be that speak loudly until they are ready to do so, and that there is a certain protection afforded them as well as they let their light shine within themselves, the clarity, the courage, the fortitude, the knowledge, the light, the truth within them, that they may be the best that they can be. Mediate this situation, person, place, or thing with such grace, with such inspiration, that their actions speak loudly on this journey they find themselves on, for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So motivate, and so it is. I gotta say, the only thing that's a little womp-womp here is the Mediator and its shadow. Otherwise, I think you have a really, I won't say easy, simple need not imply easy, but certainly a lovely shadow read here. So I hope you liked it, and if you do, please like it, subscribe, comment, all of that. What is this Mediator about, if you don't mind commenting, because I do like to get other interpretations, maybe a bit more specific than I can do in a general, but Virgo in me loves that. And like I said, if you want to book me for a reading, link in the description box of video. You can watch it. It's fun. It's about 13 minutes explaining all of that. Check out my book, Words of Grace. I'm going to say heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chapters. It's broken down by chakra chapter. I think you'll get some insight, and certainly prayer. It is a book of prayer. The prayers that saved my life, and maybe they will help you in this situation. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very, very blessed of this void, of course, full moon in August to the new moon in Virgo. September 6th, my birthday. Yay! Well, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.